Remember the car that broke the land speed record? It went 800 miles an hour. And people genuinely got a little bit kind of like, it's British. It's British car, land speed. Get you there. Get you there, that's British car, driven by the Queen, Mum, God bless you. Lovely, lovely. You know, and you just think, well, what is the point of a car that goes 800 miles an hour in Britain? What is the point of that car? Because we're not 800 miles long. Seriously, 50 minutes and we're in the water. But people are gentle. There's only one time you'll appreciate that car. Only one time, and that's closing time when someone goes, oh no, Drinker in Glasgow's still open, get in a motor. And there's no point in a car that goes so far. Well, it doesn't go because it's faster than the speed of sound. It goes. About 5 seconds later, you hear, Wanger! You see, I'm not a Luddite by any stretch of the imagination. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of these kind of... If I don't understand it, I break it. You know, I'm not one of these... I don't like this science. The moon's in a bucket. Quick, pour it away. Pour it away. Woo! I'm genuinely not... Mobile phone. Where's the wires? Where's the wires? You know, I'm not one of those... I genuinely am not. You know, I like science. I like computers, mobile phones. If I get cancer, I want medicine and drugs. I do not want to sit in a teepee with a hippie blowing root ginger up my arse and rubbing me with a dock leaf. Well, not for medical purposes, anyway. Scientifically, the progress that's been made, genetics is the big stuff. That's where it's all going to kick off in the next 20 years. And now, genetically, they can actually alter the genes of an unborn child to predetermine its hair colour and its characteristics. In a few years, you could go into the hospital with a catalogue going, I want the baby to kind of blend in with the curtains and the sofa. A kind of Roman nose, El Greco kind of like facial. So maybe it's kind of Rococo oval Victoriana eyes. The dad standing there, give him a big cock, okay? Give him a big cock, a real big swinger. Well, that's what it would be like if you can afford it. If you're poor, you'll be there going, can I have a McBaby, please? And it's just so weird, the stuff that they're actually doing. They've invented this thing, this is completely true. It's called the Onca mouse. And it's licensed by the DuPont company. The Onca mouse is a mouse that has been genetically altered so that it will automatically come with its own cancer tumour.
Hiya, all right there, we've got a mouse. It should be sick. It's supposed to have cancer and it's well. It's quite lively. The guy we're after is Gerald Lander, who is in Geneva. We're just going to give him a call. Oh, European noise.
Lander?
Hello, can I speak to Gerald Lander, please?
Speaking.
Hello, Gerald Lander. My name's Mark Thomas from Channel 4, and I've got an Onca mouse here with me, and there's a bit of a problem with it.
You've got an Onco mouse?
Yes, and he's well.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, he should be genetically engineered to develop cancer.
I know, but that's the problem. There's not one tumour on him. I mean, the point being is, if the mouse is well, then I've bought a duff one, haven't I?
I don't know.
But this one hasn't got any cancer on it.
Perhaps it hasn't developed cancer yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, so it might develop it later. Am I just trying to get it too early?
Listen, where did you get it from?
A pet shop.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's a specialist pet shop.
Onco mice are not sold through pet shops.
Well, this is a very, very special pet shop. If I put the mouse in a jiffy bag and then just post it over, you can check whether it's an Onca mouse, whether it's your mouse, and then if it is, then we can talk about some kind of refund.
You cannot post it to me because you will have the animals' rights movements all over the world against you.
Oh, right. So if I post a mouse, the animal rights will be up in arms against me.
Look, I don't know what the hell you're getting at.
All right, no, I'm just saying, no, fine, that's fine. If you give a mouse cancer, that's fine, that's not my business. All I'm saying is, I've bought a mouse to get sick, and what have I got? I've got a well mouse. Now, if I've bought a mouse to get sick and I've got a well mouse, then I'm a disappointed bunny, and I'm not a happy bunny, and I should be a happy bunny if I'm trying to get a sick mouse.
If you've got a well mouse, then you haven't got an onco mouse.
So onco only sells sick mice, right? You're reassuring me on that.
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you anything.
You're not telling me anything?
That is correct.
Okay, but if it's well, it's not onca.
I'm not telling you anything.
But you just told me if it's well, it's not onca. Have you used that as a slogan? That's fantastic.
You had the mad cow disease, and you'd see farmers being interviewed on television for news programmes. They'd be there in fields going, look at these beautiful creatures, got to be needlessly slaughtered. Like you used to put them in a hospice. And I shouldn't take the piss out of the accent either, because although I come from South London, part of my folks come from Norfolk, which is a tad... It is a tad. I know. All right, we don't have a gene pool, it's a gene cup. It's very small, and it really is a little bit inbred. Hello, mum, sister, grand, dunno, help me out. It is you drive up to Norfolk, big signs, Norfolk, twinned with Norfolk, we like it like that. But they obviously, you know, mad cow disease. There's two things, and I genuinely do feel sorry for the farmers about this, because there's two fields of thought about mad cow disease. One field of thought said that mad cow disease was developed because they fed the cows cow in the food. And if you feed a herbivore meat, they go mad. Which is logical, and that's what I want them to do, because the alternative is you feed a herbivore meat and they get a taste for it, and if they start hunting in herds, we're fucked. Seriously, because they're quite clever. They'll probably send one out limping as a decoy, like a mummy cow with lots of milk, going, "Oh, I'm lame and I've got lots of milk. Come and get my milk." And you go in there, and all the big dad cows would suddenly come out with sticks in the hooves and beat you up or whatever. Well, whatever. The other theory about mad cow disease is that it comes about because of organophosphates, which are pesticides. And if it is organophosphates that are causing the mad cow disease, that stuff's in the land already. That means it's in the food chain. That means we're fucked. That means we're going to get mad vegetable disease. We're going to get mad onions. That's what we're going to get, kids. We're going to get mad onions. You'll have the French going, don't buy the onions, boo, here's boo, bad British onions, fuck off. And there'll be sort of like farmers going, buy British onions, don't buy. If you don't eat a British onion, then you're a traitor. You're a traitor and you've fondled the Queen Mum's nether bits. Stop it. And then the onions, you know, they'll be going, oh, you can't eat off the bone onion or whatever, and there'll be all sorts of stuff going on. And we'll have these onions that are mad going, oh, I'm an onion, no, I'm not, I'm a carrot, no, I'm a fire starter, oh, touch me, am I crying? Lots of that. Now, here's the stuff. We tried to get and talk to multinational company, and the multinational are called Monsanto, and the PR company that work on behalf of Monsanto said no. Then we sort of said, oh, please, no. So we sort of paid them a visit. This could be the reason why they don't want to do an interview. It's just a hunch, but it could be the fact that they produced Agent Orange, used in Vietnam, major defoliant, caused mass starvation, had to pay loads of money out in compensation to soldiers. Could be that.
Easy, Tiger, easy. He's having a flashback.
Or the fact that they made dioxins, which are a catalyst for carcinogens. It could be that one.
We've got the cow that's been having the bovine growth hormone treatment.
It could be that they invented PCBs, which are polychlorinated biphenyls, which are now banned nearly all over the world. Or it could be the fact that they paid out multi-million-dollar lawsuit to 1,700 Texan residents because they lived near their toxic dump and were becoming a tad poorly.
Have you ever seen a distressed udder?
It could be all of that linked to the fact that Monsanto are now the biggest genetic modifiers and researchers in the food industry. So, obviously, linking Agent Orange to genetically modified soya, and you've got to remember here, soya that is used in 60% of all processed foods. So you're going to eat it whether you like it or not, and it's not properly labelled. So, obviously, this could be a tad embarrassing. for them to talk to me and obviously, you know, do a little compare and contrast on why should we trust you with food when you've behaved so well in the past with your chemical wing.
We're outside Monsanto's gates right now, and we've got a cow here, and we've got a Vietnam veteran, and we've got a disgruntled farmer. And what we want to do is just have a quick chat, see if we can hand some of this back to someone.
It's not going to be
Watch the
possible,
cowpack, mate. Watch the cowpack.
You might remember, Mark, one of your colleagues contacted us about 2 weeks ago to ask us to participate in the programme.
Right.
And we explained at the time why we didn't feel we could participate.
Right.
And issued you with a statement, which I hope you've got. If not, I can always get someone there to...
No, we have got your statement, which is very nice, which is kind of like fuck off in PR, which was great. And it's one of the nicest fuck off in PRs that I've ever had. But what I was wondering was the non-involvement of Monsanto a reflection of the advice given by Burston Marsteller about staying off the killing fields?
Burston Marsteller are a PR company who specialise in damage limitation and controversial PR. They work with people like the Exxon Valdez. Do you remember the big spillage? They did stuff for Union Carbide and Bhopal. They work for a few regimes with not, you know, absolutely snow-white human rights records. This is the leaked document they produced for the biotech industries. Basically, they're giving PR advice on how the genetic companies should behave. Public issues of environmental and human health risk are communication killing fields for the bio-industries in Europe. Stay off them. The strategy must be to stay off these killing fields no matter how provocative the invitation to enter upon them may be. And they've said the best way to put your case forward is to use symbols, not logic.
Are they frightened of chatting with us about the issues? I mean, because I've actually kind of like... No, I've got kind of like all sorts. I've got all sorts of information and stuff at my fingertips here, and we're quite prepared to talk to anyone about it from Monsanto, and that's very cool as far as we're concerned. If anyone wants to come out and talk to us, we'd actively like to do that.
It would be cool to have a sensible discussion, but I'm not quite sure that we get that, or that we get a balanced discussion with you either, Mark. Anyway, we've given you our response, so I'm afraid that'll have to be that, but nice to talk to you. Bye-bye.
It was a pleasure talking to you, PR man. He was a PR man and a half. Look at the steam coming off of that arse. There is a certain poetic symmetry and justice in bullshit.
Genetic companies are, in fact, collecting and copyrighting human genes. They're collecting your genes, so you don't own your genes anymore. If they copyright your gene, you don't own it, they own it, and they can use it for whatever commercial purposes they choose, which is kind of moral theft in my book. There's a guy called Lord Simon. Lord Simon was the chairman of BP. He is now used by the Labour government, works in the DTI, and he is the European Minister for Competitiveness in Europe and all European competitive hurrahs. And he's the man who's going to sign all the documents that say, yes, you can take all our genes and rip us off.
I wonder if you could get my office. My name's Lord Simon. If you could get 5455, get my secretary. I've left an itinerary up there. Because I think I'm supposed to be in Brussels, or is it Luxembourg? I don't know.
The best thing you can do is actually speak to one of those gentlemen there. They'll be able to tell you who you probably are or are not.
We could breed women with enormous clitorises, like fruit pastels if we so wanted. And then no one would ever, of course, be frightened of trying to find it. We could actually make a luminous clitoris. We could make one that shouted. We could give a clitoris a mouth that could shout, I'm down here, help, help, rub me, gently. I was just passing. I just need to get in to use your lavvy, if that's all right. Thank you ever so much, that's very nice. Hello there. Hello there, Lord Simon for Newsnight.
Sorry?
Lord Simon Newsnight.
I've got Lord Simon. Yeah, hold on.
Thank you ever so much. Hello. Well, I've popped in to give a statement. I'm prepared to talk about the EU and any kind of genetic engineering in exchange for Kirsty's number.
We also went to his home, and I was out. So I left a note for myself saying, Dear Lord Simon, I am Lord Simon, or I might be your clone. I don't know. Either way, if I am Lord Simon and you're my clone, then you're in my house, can I have the keys?
Wouldn't mind living there if I am me.
We found out, some people told us a story, that Sellafield contract workers were working outside. In the summer, they were being told to cover up their forearms because the seagull shit was contaminated and was radioactive. Which is a tad weird, I think, on a scale of weird to sort of really weird / Anne Widdecombe. It's very weird. We actually thought, wow, that's wild, we should go up there. And we tried to get some people on camera, but they obviously wouldn't come on camera because the Sellafield pay their wages. So we actually had to go up to Sellafield and get seagull droppings and took them along to a laboratory, got them tested.
This is very interesting. That line there is cesium-137. We've also got another isotope in there which is called cesium-134, and they both come from Sellafield. So the fact that we get both these here shows that we have a Sellafield originating nuclide. That's the fingerprint.
So we have now scientifically proven the link between Sellafield nuclear waste and contaminated radioactive seagull shit. We then made up a few kind of like boards, these boards that detailed the story of how the waste got into the seagull shit and what could happen. We made this kind of freestanding exhibit, and then we bum rushed the Sellafield Visitors Centre. Just hold it here a sec. Just hold it here a sec. We're now in the main gallery of the Sellafield Visitors Centre. And we've erected this up, and I've decided to become a kind of tour guide and speak people through what's happening on this particular bit of the exhibit.
These are acceptable levels of waste. Is there any chance that we could have a chat with someone about seagull droppings?
I've asked our public relations department to come across.
Oh, fantastic. So they'll have a chat with us.
They come and have a chat. They'll be with you in a couple of minutes.
OK,
but
that's
meanwhile,
lovely.
If you'd like to take that down, please.
Me. Oh, easy. What's your name? Lovely. Easy to me. Hello there. Oh, yeah. My name's Mark Thomas. This is part of our exhibit. We've got, like, waste coming out here. Yeah. From Sellafield. This gets eaten up here by the fish. Okay, then it gets into seagulls, and then of course it comes out of the seagull's bottom.
Yeah, back again.
And it could hit you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what kind of a threat irradiated droppings are. But bird crap at the best of times isn't very nice. If it's got cesium-137 or 134 in it, that'd be not a good thing. We came in here with our exhibit today.
Indeed.
And
fairly unannounced.
Well, completely unannounced.
Completely
I think
unannounced,
there's
yeah.
fairly
Yeah,
is kind of not true at all. And we were very politely ushered out.
Yeah.
And we've
Of
got
the centre for good reasons.
The question is have there been any tests done on radiation in seagull droppings?
Right, okay. I mean, where do you want me to start? Because you've got a whole bunch of issues here.
Well, just have there been any tests done?
Have there been any tests done of radiation in seagulls?
Looking for seagull droppings
right.
and radiation.
There are, for example, surveys done...
Is that a yes then?
There are... I mean,
well, it's just... I don't mean to be rude, but it's just...
If you want a yes or a no,
yes.
The answer is yes.
If there is radiation getting into the seagull and dropping out from the bottom, I find that quite worrying.
Why is that?
Well, radiation can't be seen necessarily as a good thing per se if it's got sort of like in the food chain, can it? Is it good? Is it good for us?
Is it good? Is it bad for you?
No. Is it good for us?
Is it good for you? I don't know anybody that could answer that question. But is it bad for you?
No. Is it good for us though?
Is it bad for you? Radiation is all around you in the environment.
I don't mean to interrupt your tract.
Yes,
but
you
see,
do.
the thing is what we're just trying to find out is...
You are interrupting my tract. I'm trying to explain to you.
I know, but you've got the track downstairs. We can go. We've been round that bit.
Rays, radiation, radioactivity. They're not all bad, you know.
The interesting thing here is what level you're saying it's acceptable.
Right.
It's an acceptable level. Is that right?
Look, can I...
do you say it's acceptable level?
Bear with me. Let me.
But is that a yes or a no? I don't mean to be rude, but is it?
Okay, if you want a yes or no, it's a yes. It is an acceptable.
So
now
there are acceptable levels of radiation dropping out of seagulls' bottoms.
Okay, hold it there. There are acceptable levels of radiation dropping out of seagull bottoms, and the PR man says yes. I want you to just hear the yes, because he says it quietly, which doesn't make it less true or significant. For the first time, Sellafield have actually announced that seagull droppings are contaminated with cesium-137 and 134. You just take a poster, put them up where you can, just tell your neighbours, tell your friends, just pass the posters round, let people know that there is a danger here with irradiated seagulls, and also they can give you a nasty peck.
There we go. Fantastic. Just say warners. Sellafield admitted today that the seagull droppings are contaminated. How do you feel about that?
I'm amazed he got me to admit to it.
We have got an old air raid warning here, and if there is a flock coming over, we're going to try and organise a watch here, just to let people know about the seagulls when they do come over. Obviously, if they come over en masse and they have got large irradiated bowels, then they are going to give a particularly lethal drop. You remember I showed you the leaked document from Bursum Mustala, right? We went round to their headquarters to see if we could get some advice for Sellafield re the seagull droppings.
Hello there. Can I see...
Thank you. Hi. Who's calling?
Mark Thomas, Channel 4. Shall I put my name in?
Yes, please.
All right, then.
Mark Thomas from Channel 4 in reception for you. OK, thank you. Bye. 14. Won't be long. Just take a seat, please.
Can we help someone?
Yeah, my name's Mark Thomas. I'm after...
She's not in the office at the moment.
Oh, she's just been told she's in a meeting.
She's in a meeting elsewhere.
I was under the impression she was here. We're just waiting to have a chat with her. Is that all right?
We could probably arrange for you to have a chat with her, but I think we can only discuss that off camera.
He was very kind of like, let's talk, we'll deal with this, keep it away, blah, blah, blah. They certainly practice what they preach, though, in media avoidance. People actually sometimes go, they ask me whether I'm a cynic. They go, Mark, well, in fact, they don't ask me, they fucking accuse me. They go, when did you become a cynic? And I can tell you when. To the exact day. I was 4 years old, and my mum said to me, do you know what happens every time you tell a lie? I said, no. She said, every time you tell a lie, a fairy dies. I said, bring me the bodies. It was round about then.